Hey everybody, I'm back again, and it's the holiday season. Thanksgiving just finished as I'm recording this, and just want to interrupt real quick. I recorded this way back during the holiday season, which is why you're hearing all this holiday talk. Apologies for taking so long. I had a manga I was working on. Alright, back to your regularly scheduled episode. I got reminded of the fact that I used to have to work on Thanksgiving, and New Year's, and Christmas. And that was at my first job at the, what should we call it? Schmilton, Schmarten, Schmin. That doesn't sound right. You probably got what I was getting at, though. So right after high school, actually not right after, after high school, I decided to mess around for a little bit and not get a job. And then around the late summertime, during the fall, I was told either get a job or go back to school. I was like, fine, I'll get a job. So I decided to apply everywhere, including a gas station, another gas station, and this place, right across from Basketball Hall of Fame. I think that gave it away, where I worked, if the name didn't give it away already. And they took me. They took me and said, you have to shave. And I was like, oh, but you get to keep your mustache. I was like, my mustache. And back then, I really wanted to keep my... Nowadays, I shave it off, like, really, like, whatever. I'll go clean shaven. Sometimes I rock it, sometimes I don't. But back then, I always had a mustache. And I was like, yo, I'm getting sidetracked. So, what was it like working there? Since, I'm doing this because it's like a dang prerequisite these days on YouTube. You have to talk about your first job. So, when I was there, they said I had to wash dishes, but that was just the beginning. Like, I had to set up for the parties. I had to make senpai killing pineapple salads. I had to make... They really were pineapple salads, by the way, and I was thinking to myself, how many senpais have I killed? Poor senpais. I also had to, throw out the garbage and all that. It was like a typical, it was like a fast food job, except you had to do even more. Like, you didn't just have to clean and help in the kitchen. You had to help in the whole hotel sometimes. Which they didn't tell me, of course. They just said, oh, you're going to be stuck in the kitchen. Don't worry about it. Yeah, right. I was everywhere. It wasn't that... Well, at the time, it was hard because I wasn't used to manual labor. But I got more and more used to it. Although, it still, I had there was a lot of parts where I'm just like, man, I am breaking my back here, and I'm making just at time, $7 an hour. Now in this state, it's 10 for minimum wage, but yeah, $7, or was it $7.50? I don't even remember. It's around that range, and I could handle most everything. And sometimes there was things like there was these sternos. For some reason, even though I could lift pretty much everything, and even stuff other people couldn't lift, I have a story about that. I couldn't open the sternos. And then they tell me to hit the gym when I was the most physically fit person in that whole kitchen. I couldn't open the sternos. I don't know why. I always had someone else to open them. My grip just wasn't that great on sternos. And then there was a whole part of every single time I washed the dishes, because we washed them in the in the dishwashing machine in really hot water, so it makes sure that everything's sanitized. But because of that hot water, everyone else could grab it, my skin is more sensitive to heat, very sensitive, and I just go ow, 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 ow every time, picking up dishes, putting them back where they're supposed to be, setting them up for the next group of guests. Oh, speaking of guests, that kitchen was made for about 20 to 40 people. And then there was days where oh, hey, we need you to wash dishes for, not even kidding, 300 people in this small hotel. Oh yeah, we only do breakfast, but, sometimes you gotta do 300 people dinners. Because, I was like, alright. Oh, and you're too slow, even though after later on, the supervisor would be like, you're actually the fastest guy here. But, they always had to tell me, to try to, it's you're not motivating me, I'm doing great, but you're telling me I'm you're not making me go, I could do better. You're making me go, I'm not appreciated. Alright. That sigh is almost like a time to edit. I don't know why. I gotta think of something better than a big sigh of disappointment to edit. Hey, edit this out. And I'm not gonna, by the way. You're gonna hear this. And this guy is lazy. Not lazy, I just like stream of consciousness. Yeah, let's go with that. You know what's funny is that, although I wasn't used to manual labor, that job got me fit real quick because our car broke down and I had to walk to work. On top of doing all the hard work there, I had to walk to and from work, which altogether was around 6 miles. I'm not even kidding. From my house to the job, 3 miles from 3 miles back. So it was like 6 miles every day on top of doing all the work. So I got pretty dang athletic, I had like good, basically I was fit. Like for the first time in my life, I was like super fit, you know, and I was good to go for any like athletic endeavor I wanted to, but I didn't want to. What the weird thing is I'd eat the most unhealthy food while I was there, though. I got to eat for free. See, I got to eat all the food. If you guys didn't want it and sent it back, and, you know, like, if I wasn't afraid of getting germs, or, like, you know, it was untouched, yeah, it was mine. I was especially a cinnamon bun monster. I haven't had a good cinnamon bun in 10 years. Man, I missed cinnamon buns so bad. I haven't had cinnamon, 10 years. Since I worked at the job, I haven't had a cinnamon bun. Man, I miss those. Good. I also had, like, a Snicker cake. They gave me steak one day, you know, because I had to work, you know, there was the times like I said, I had to work Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And I think it was the Thanksgiving day. They were like, hey, nobody's eating this steak. Want it? Yeah, boy. Give me that steak. So I had that, but the best thing was not on the menu. It was something the supervisor chef came up with on his own, and he thought maybe he could sell it. I guess he has it because I haven't seen it on the menu or anything, but he called it, and I quote, the Tyrannosaurus. And what he made it out of was it was a bagel, fried, slathered in butter. I forgot the butter part, but yeah, it's kind of like the Fool's Gold Loaf. Look that up, the Fool's Gold Loaf. I'm pretty sure that's what killed Elvis. But anyways, this bagel was a fried bagel, butter, cheese, fried egg, hashed potatoes, a big sausage patty, and bacon. And that thing was a heart attack on a bagel, and I loved it. I think the only reason I survived was because of all the hard work I was doing. Like, walking 6 miles every day, and then doing all that hard work is the only reason I didn't die eating that bagel. Pretty sure. Alright, so, staying on the positives of the job, like I said before, what I said, getting kind of in shape. At first, when I started the job, I couldn't lift the bus tray. Definitely couldn't throw out the garbage, and now I know why I couldn't at the time. My last day of the job, I found out how much I actually lifted, and I was like, whoa. But back then, I needed help to throw out the garbage and all that, and over time, I was able to throw it just whoop over my head and all that, and I didn't know at the time how much it weighed. I feel like, well, how much did it weigh? Oh my god. The last day of my job, my boss is telling the new guy, hey, make sure you never let this fill up and just throw it out. This garbage, when it's full, can weigh up to 150 to 200 pounds. And I was like, what? No wonder I had trouble. I got really good shape, but there was one day where we had milk for, I think, some school was staying at the hotel, and they had milk cartons, and the unused milk cartons were tossed out. And the boss told me, it's not his fault, the boss told me, don't let this get full. Anyways, don't let the garbage get full because it gets heavy, and then don't let these cartons of milk get full with that garbage. Throw out the cartons of milk ASAP by itself. Don't mix it with the garbage, especially with a bunch of cartons. These cartons weigh 40 pounds each. And I was like, sure, alright. So I let the garbage get full, and then I let 7 huge crates, I just want cartons, the milk were cartons, but not the crates that held the milk. 7 crates, each 40 pounds, get into this garbage that weighed 150 to 200 pounds. Okay, so if you don't know, 7 crates plus 40 pounds each crate is 280, that's almost 300 pounds by itself. And then the garbage that was on top of it was like 150 to 200. So I'm looking at 430 to 450 pounds of garbage. I knew I needed help. I wasn't trying to be a strong man or anything. I wasn't trying to be, oh, look at me. I knew I needed help. I looked everywhere for help. Nobody was around. I was like, I gotta throw this out. I gotta throw this out. I didn't know how much it weighed either at the time. Like I said, I found this out after when I found out that I knew how much the crates weighed, but I didn't know how much the garbage on top of that weighed. So I'm over here like, I gotta lift. This is not good. Where is everyone? For crying out loud. And I got so mad, I was like, I gotta lift this. I gotta do my other duties at this job. I lifted over my head and throw out the garbage. And right when I did that, the supervisor who finally heard I was looking for him, sees me and goes, yeah! Dang, son, that was a crazy feat of strength you just did. Like, I was like, whoa. After I found out, I was like, man, I could have been. That's like lifting one of those rocks that they have to at the end of strongman competitions. I'm not saying I could pull a plane or anything. I'm just, but yes, I was. Like I said, it runs in the family. It's not a man. I love. I hated doing that. I wasn't trying to be a hero or look at how strong I am. It was out of necessity that I lifted that thing. But yeah, it got me in good shape. Alright, so I guess you're wondering about my coworkers, right? But here's the beauty of this job being over 10 years ago. I don't even remember their names, so I don't have to make one up for each of them. I just remember that lady and that dude. My boss, he was alright, but he did poke me in my chest real hard and, like, physically touch me and stuff, which another friend of mine told me, like, hey, wait a minute, that wasn't cool. Like, I was like, man, if I knew that, he's like, yeah, you could have probably took some action against him, but it was almost like he was trying to get me to fight him. I don't know why. I was like, no, I'm just here to do my job, bro. There was that server who was half Japanese and half Puerto Rican. Nice lady. Forgot her name. I forget everybody's name. It's 10 years ago, like I said. She was nice. She would always like be proud of like her Puerto Rican half and like downplay her Japanese half. Like the only thing I remember her talking positive about Japan was like her grandfather. My grandfather is so nice. He lived in Tokyo. That's cool. And then there was a front desk lady. There was a front desk guy. I just remember right now, like literally, it's not in my notes. I remember him giving me advice for being a graphic designer. Advice I should have taken. Again, I think that's the problem with being a teen. Even though like I'm technically an adult at 18, like you're technically an adult. You can do what you want. You can smoke and whatever, bro. But the thing is, I'm still a teenager. Like I'm hot stuff. I don't need your advice. If I could slap myself back then, I would. He was nice. I was actually trying to reminisce about this other front desk lady who was, as I'll let Milhouse say it.
It's so thick!
Yep. But anyway, I saw her in her regular clothes. I was like, whoa, your uniform hides a lot. And that's what made me want to redesign my character, Sidra. I think I'll put a reference of Sidra around here. There you go. See it? See the hips? So that's how that went about. Not much else with the other coworker. The supervisor I remember a lot too. He was from the Carolinas, and he was a cool dude. He worked his way up to being he was just like me. He was a dishwasher, and he worked his way up. So I had mad respect for him. I don't know what he's doing now though. He sure ain't working at the hotel. I know that much. I actually went back to the hotel, and it was like completely different management already. I was wow, that was fast. There that went, and there that goes. In my notes, I said, here, talk about working on Thanksgiving and all. I already did. But I also put something else. Talk about what it was like working next to the Basketball Hall of Fame. So in the Basketball Hall of Fame, my first day there, I was told because, I couldn't leave the kitchen. So I was like, well, yeah, you get to meet I don't get this first day in the job. He gets to meet, I didn't meet nobody. You wouldn't let me leave the kitchen. Apparently, according to them, maybe it was just to motivate me. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were there. Again, Basketball Hall of Fame, right? Wouldn't be too far-fetched, but I couldn't have verified it. Now, what I do remember meeting is during the Big E, not the wrestler Big E, but this does have to do with wrestling. During the Big E, a lot of pro wrestlers were there, and Brooke Hogan was there. Brooke Hogan came in through the front door and then left. I don't know what happened. She was like, I'm gonna stay at this house. Never mind. I guess is what happened. And I was like, oh man, she's tall. Yeah, she's tall. That's pretty much all I knew about her. She's tall. And I did get to meet face to face with Jimmy, the Mouth of the South Heart, who he's known for having his megaphone around and talking, the loudmouth heel manager, and get this, the most soft-spoken guy like I've ever met. He was like, I had to tell him to speak, dude, whisper quiet. This dude was like, after he was done eating, the waitresses only, they tips, they wanted tips. I was like, all right, how much do I owe you? So I know how much I tip you. Like, oh, this much. And he just goes, like, what, dude? What? I can't hear you, Jimmy. You're known for being audacious. What is this? At the time, it was like real wrestler versus, real persona versus, the stage gimmick. And I'm like, hello, separate the two. Hello. They're not necessarily their stage gimmick. But, he pulls out, he pulls out a wad of cash. So nonchalantly, like it's nothing, and just pays him. And I was like, that's a huge wad of cash. What is this? Hey, so Jimmy Hart, you're a cool dude in my book. Just wish you spoke up. Alright, so when I finally left, speaking of, it was around the holidays when I finally left. It was a little after, it was in February of the next year. Gave my 2 weeks notice, and I was like, well, why are you quitting? I was like, well, I want to be a full-time student. I should get my degree. I should probably go and do that thing and get my degree. So, put my 2 weeks notice, said goodbye to everybody, got my degree, a little later than I wanted to, but got it. And here I am making YouTube videos and webcomics instead of, working. Alright guys, don't get depressed. Hey, leave a like if you like this video and make sure to tell me what I can work on. I'm new to this, so go ahead and tell me. Unless it's monetarily, like something. Get a better program. Like, well, I can't. I have no money. Get Clip Studio Paint EX. Lets it animate longer. No money. But still, leave your suggestions. And thank you again for watching. Hopefully my next video won't take so long to come out. See you guys later. Oh, and watch the drop. That's my make sure I have content every week video. So also watch that too. And my friends. See you guys later.